Welcome back to our newest video blog. I'm really excited to be here tonight next to April Luna, my personal hair dresser.
Yes.
Who cuts my hair just the other day. And we actually did our first video blog with her a few weeks ago. It's for hair tips for men. But I'm excited tonight because we also have our legal advisor, Amy Schaefer, who's part of Mark Leland Circle. And I have April here. And Amy, for the season, is going to get a keratin treatment, which a lot of ladies get this time of the year. And I'm going to turn this all over to April so she can explain what that is and why it's important. So this is a special blog this week just for the ladies.
Keratin smoothing treatments. There are many keratins on the market. We use a few different ones depending on the texture and the density of the hair. Amy has some very tough curl, and of course during the humidity her hair tends to frizz up, and none of us want that. So we are going to start by getting her clarified and getting her hair really clean and taking out all of her products to not interfere with the keratin treatment. We are detangling the hair, and we will be applying the keratin. The keratin has to be applied very evenly. Can't do too much or too little. Too much, of course, obviously, the treatment will be not as good, and too much of the keratin will overcoat the strand and it will smoke out of control and choke all of us to death. But in even sections, distributing the keratin. Not have any weight issues.
Can I just tell you, I just bought the Garnier Fructis Argan oil one day, and I just really like it.
Really?
I used the Moroccan oil, and I wasn't crazy
Too
about
heavy.
it. Too heavy. But for that, remember the BioCell?
Yeah.
That's just way too heavy.
And you know what? I have to be honest, and I could be mistaken on this, so shoot me if I am. I think there is alcohol.
In the BioCell?
In the BioCell.
Yes, there is. There is. You are right.
And that I don't understand.
Well, it's used for the scent, I think. That's why they put it in. And the scent is too overpowering, and it doesn't make up for the lack of quality. But I remember when that was like the main thing out there.
Oh, because it was the only thing out there. You know, you got to give them that.
Right.
They were there, and they were the people
Cornered
that
the
started all of
market.
it. Yeah. And then Paul Mitchell came out with the super skinny.
Right.
Which I got to be honest, not so bad.
And then Frizz Ease.
Oh, my.
Which is I don't like that at all.
Again, John Frieda.
And they've been around for years, and I don't see how.
Well, because they're inexpensive and it's also convenient.
But it doesn't
You know,
work.
I'm going to go and buy my ground beef and my chicken, and I can pick up my shampoo and conditioner while I'm there. Now we are going to dry the keratin into the hair. Keratin has to be fully dried into the hair before we start the ironing process. I just want to break it up a little bit. Some of it did process under the dryer. Now the key to this, what a lot of stylists tend to skip over, keratin takes a very long time to dry into hair because it has a very slippery consistency, so it's almost like drying lotion into hair. So they will put the hair dryer on high heat, and smoke goes everywhere. Not only is that not very healthy for us and will tend to irritate your client's eyes, it is not good for the hair. Because what happens is, after we get done drying, there is going to be an iron, and depending on the keratin, it could be anywhere from 410 to 420 degrees. That will burn the hair strand if there is no keratin on it. We want to infuse the keratin. So if we put the hairdryer too high, on high heat, it will burn the keratin out and leave the strand exposed. And then when you put that hot iron on it, you will burn the strand of hair instead of infusing the keratin in it. So we put it on medium heat. high air. We're gonna have to get a little, but he swears that that is not the fact, and it is the fact. It is the fact. And then I passed over. But
Weird.
right. Okay, so we fully dried the keratin into the hair, and now we are using a 420 degree flat iron, and we are taking small sections. We finished the back, as you can see, nice and smooth and shiny. We're working on these front sections. Nice, clean, even sections. We're using a carbon cone, which is heat resistant, so we don't melt the plastic into Amy's hair. I don't think she'd be very happy about that. And we're starting off at the root. Kind of working that in. Usually you can go anywhere from 7 to 10 times over each section to make sure that you really infuse that keratin. And as you can tell, this is where the smoke process happens. This is where you want to see the smoke, because then that means that the keratin is being infused into the hair.
You want to see the smoke during the ironing, not the blow
Not
drying.
the blow drying, exactly. This is our finished product. We're going to keep this in our hair at least 24 hours before you shampoo and condition, and always use sulfate-free, sodium-free products, and she's good to go.
Thanks, love it.